Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the O-Pinion podcast. Well, welcome back to the O-Pinion podcast. Today, I want to do a quick review of one of my favorite shows. If you got Netflix, you had to have heard of Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror. I don't know what it is about this show that brings me in every time. I started watching it probably a few years ago, maybe during the pandemic, season 1, and it just stuck with me ever since. The crazy part about Black Mirror is I think they give you a little bit at a time, so they keep wanting to bring you back. I just love, I don't know what it is, I think it's the creativity of the show. Every episode is different, every episode is a new story. You know, growing up, I love watching Alfred Hitchcock. I think that comes on, if you have a Peacock subscription, you can watch like 12 episodes of Alfred Hitchcock. He's a genius. If you watch it, you've seen it. But I think Black Mirror reminds me a lot of Alfred Hitchcock with a modern type of tech type of feel to it. With that said, huge fan of Black Mirror. I probably started watching Black Mirror a few years ago. Season 1 first dropped. There was only 3 episodes in season 1. Let me see here. The first episode that I really fell in love with on Black Mirror was, let's see, The Entire History of You. It was the 3rd episode of season 1. It was basically about a guy that had a chip in his head, and it was really society had chips in their head. And you could fast forward and rewind. You could literally tap into somebody's memory and see what they did a month ago, a year ago, a day ago. And so I guess society was sort of set up like that for safety reasons. I mean, you see the guy go through the airport and security literally scanned the last week of his life to make sure that, you know, he probably wasn't a terrorist or something like that before they let him board the airplane. But that's when I first fell in love with Black Mirror. I was just like fascinated by the creativity of the story. And then, you know, as we've gone on through the seasons, there's been some good ones and there's been some bad ones. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a season where every episode is just standout. And season 6 is no different. But I don't know if because we waited for like so long for the release of this new season, but I loved every episode. Maybe call me a fan. There's only a few series that I really love. I mean, I'm a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, you know, but that's comedy. When it comes to like cinema, I love Narcos, huge Narcos fan. I still watch the reruns of that. You know, I feel like the biggest, you know, dope dealer in the world just watching that, you know, love it. But let's get back to Black Mirror. Season 6 here. Like I said, I've been hearing a lot of critics, a lot of people complaining about this season. I actually loved it. I'm gonna tell you why I loved it. I watched these episodes in order. There's 5 episodes. Let me see if I can remember off the top of my head. Joan is Awful, Lock Henry, Beyond the Sea, Maisie Day, and Demon 79. 5 episodes in season 6. Some of these, I was saying 75. Demon 79 was a 75-minute, ran for 75 minutes. So some of these episodes are completely like, they're almost movies, short movies. Beyond the Sea, 80 minutes long. Jonas Henry was an hour long. Maisie Day was very short. I'm so shocked by that. I'll get to that. 42 minutes, and Lock Henry was 56 minutes. I actually watched them in order. I know some people that jumped around, but I like to watch it from first episode on. And we started out with Joan is Awful. The Joan is awful. This is the episode with Salma Hayek, and let's see, Annie Murphy was the main star in episode 1. And I actually liked it. When I hear people talk about this episode, I think people like it, this episode. And again, I'm a huge Black Mirror fan, so understand, I enjoy everything that they put out. I don't care. I don't care what episode, as long as I'm like Black Mirror, Charlie Brooker, the doctor, feed me more, give it to me more, you know, pause that. But give me a little bit, you know, just please drop new episodes every month, you know? I know that's tough with the production and then budget and all that, but what I'm saying is Joan is Awful is the first episode in season 6 where basically this lady signs up for, let's say, Netflix, and it destroys her life because she didn't read the agreement. You know, every time you sign up for something that has an agreement, well, in this case, she signed up for a cable subscription, and basically they stole her life from her. So I actually enjoyed this episode. It started out really good. I thought that I'll be honest, I fell asleep twice on this episode. Not saying that it wasn't good. Maybe I was just watching it late at night. But at the end, it got a little weird where they had to destroy the machine that was recording everybody. It was kind of like a mind twister, put it like that. But Joan is Awful. It's pretty good. I give it probably about a 6 out of 10. Salma Hayek's role in it was awesome too. I know we got a lot of guys that love Salma Hayek, so seeing her on film, I'm pretty sure made a lot of guys happy out there. Now, episode 2 of season 6, Lock Henry. Lock Henry. Now, let's see here. Lock Henry stars a very good actress, Mahaila Harold. I first saw her play in, there's a really good HBO series called The Industry. And I believe it's based out of the UK, and they're like, you know, they're on the stock market. They're traders. You know, that's what they do for a living. And that's when I first noticed her. She played Harper Stern in that series. To see her now, you know, taking other roles, and she's now on Black Mirror, you know, I would love to see her, start seeing her in more. I believe she's a very talented actress. I didn't understand why they shaved her eyebrows off in this. It wasn't just me. Maybe a lot of you guys never seen her before, but they shaved off her eyebrows in the Lock Henry. I didn't understand that. I didn't get that. Still very pretty girl, very good actress, and she played a great role here. There was a few things about this role that pissed me off. All right, so the Lock Henry episode basically was there's some mass murderers in town, and they've existed there for years. It used to be a tourist area. It's based in some Scottish town that's now deserted. Nobody goes anymore because there's some mass murderer and some people that was going there on vacation, ended up missing, ended up dying, right? And so this guy, let me say, her boyfriend, here he is played by a kid named Samuel Blinken. He was actually really good also. Little weak personality, little weak. But all in all, it's pretty good. So Mahaila Harold plays the girlfriend in this, and they visit his hometown, and they're filming a documentary. And once they get there, they realized, like, let's do a documentary. You know, let's, whatever this we thought about, now we have a real story. There's mass murderers that happen in this town, and let's shift our documentary towards this. Her boyfriend's father also ended up dying through the murders that happened, who was a police officer in the town. All in all, another very good episode. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to go too in depth here. I don't want to spoil it too much for anybody that haven't watched it yet. But I am kind of spoiling it. So if you're actually tuning in, you know, I'm going to put a little, I'm going to put something up before this starts, and I'm going to let everybody know. If you don't like spoilers, don't watch it. Don't watch this episode of The Opinion. But again, I thought it was a very good episode. This girl plays, Mahala Harold plays an excellent role. She ends up, you know, getting axed. You'll see. But there's something about how she reacted in this episode that I believe led to her demise. You know, she could have just stayed cool, which I didn't understand. You know, most black people know how to stay cool under pressure. You know, like, you know, I'm not sure where she's from. Maybe she's from the UK, but I think it's very similar to the United States. I didn't understand why she was reacting the way she was reacting. Was it just me? Like, when she found out that her boyfriend's mother was who she really was, she started freaking out. I didn't understand. She should have sat there and continued to eat. What is she was making her? A pot pie or something like that? Eat the pot pie, chill out, act like you're best friends, and get back home safely, right? All right. All right. The third episode of Black Mirror Season 6 is called Beyond the Sea. This ran for 80 minutes. This is basically a movie, okay? I love this episode of Black Mirror. As I'm going through it, it's kind of tough. This is probably like my favorite, but because it was kind of so slow, I don't think I can like watch it again. I don't know if it's just me, but I loved it. You ever watch something that you was like, damn, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it, but I can't watch it again. There's some things that I can watch over and over and over again. I don't know what I can compare it to, but this episode of Black Mirror Season 6, Beyond the Sea, I really enjoyed it. It's basically about two guys that went to outer space, and they're going into deep space, so they're probably going like light years in time, and they probably understand that they're never returning home to Earth, to their family and their kids, and you get what I'm saying? So they basically have a duplicate of them on Earth, and they can go home through the spaceship every day after they're finished work. It's like, all right, we're out in some other universe, right? But hey buddy, it's only two of them on the ship. And it's like, hey guy, I'm done for work for the day. See you tomorrow. And they go into these little chambers and they go back home. Now their duplicates on Earth look just like the real thing. Now, with the actors in this episode is Aaron Paul and Josh Hartnett. Aaron Paul is excellent. Is an excellent actor. Let me see. And we all know Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul played in Breaking Bad. I'm not a huge fan of Breaking Bad. Don't. I thought it was excellent. I'm not a huge fan. But I get it. All right. Now, Aaron Paul is an excellent actor, though. There's something about his face that looks like he's always worried, right? You know who Aaron Paul reminds me of? He reminds me of Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future. He's always got this worried look on his face, like at any minute, life is about to end for him. That's how he looks. And he plays this role and he plays this Beyond the Sea episode the same way he plays it in Breaking Bad. He's always got this face on like everything's about to go to hell. And he's worried. And I knew watching this episode that somebody was about to get banged. I knew it. I thought it was either going to be his wife that fell in love. I knew that was going to happen. Either something weird. It's 2023, so I thought either the two guys were going to fall in love or he was going to fall in love with the wife. What ended up happening, I knew it was going to happen. But what happened, I actually thought the wife was going to fall in love with the other guy, right? Who was played by Josh Hartnett. I thought, but she was kind of falling in love with him. But he came off a little bit too hard and she pushed him away. Crazy episode. Both families ended up getting slaughtered. All right. Episode 4, Maisie Day. I love this episode. This is one of the episodes that I'm hearing so many people critique. They don't like it. This is the shortest episode out of all of the episodes in season 6. I love this episode. What I like about this episode is that it kind of takes you to LA. I love LA. Certain things about it, I love it. LA is such a, I don't know how to explain it. LA is a great place. But they have their problems like any other place. But when I'm talking about Hollywood and entertainment, LA is a great place, And Maisie Day touches on that. Maisie Day touches on celebrity, exploiting celebrities, and the people that actually do it, which is the paparazzi. And so the role of let me see, what's her name? Zazie Beetz, right? Ain't that her name? Let me see. Hold on. Maisie Day. All right. That's her name, Zazie Beetz. Everybody knows Zazie Beetz from Atlanta. And she played in Atlanta. Hold on. Great episode. Great series, Atlanta. That's where I believe Zazie Beetz. That's the first time I ever seen her. I don't know what else she played in. But when I first seen Zazie Beetz, I said, whoever found this chick, they found the next Halle Berry. That's what she looks like to me. Like this generation's Halle Berry. For some reason, I'm not seeing her career go on the same trajectory as Halle Berry. But when I look at Halle Berry's career, the movies that she played in, she didn't play in like everybody thought that Halle Berry was like the most beautiful woman in the world. I get it, she was at one time, at least top, in Hollywood. And when you say a world, that's kind of crazy, but at least in Hollywood, cameras on her, Halle Berry is what a lot of women wanted to look like, right? And so when I see Zazie Beetz, I think the first time I ever seen her was on Atlanta Fire. I said, this is the next Halle Berry. I don't know. Maybe she'll get there. Anyway, this episode 4 of Black Mirror, I loved it. All right, I'm looking at the ratings, and Rotten Tomatoes giving it terrible ratings. IMDb ratings terrible. I don't know. I kind of get what upset people. This went from a great episode where it had purpose where you could have really shit on the paparazzi, people that just harass celebrities to get pictures. You could have really did. I felt like with this episode, you could have done a lot more with this episode. But yo, I'm not complaining. Like I said, Charlie Booker, you did a. Look, I love Black Mirror, anything with it, okay? But I just felt like you could have done a little bit more with this. Instead, it turned into some type of horror flick that it reminded me a little bit of Michael Jackson's Thriller video. That's what it turned into. It went from a really good episode where there's this celebrity that is being I'm guessing this girl is probably like the equivalent of what would be like Britney Spears in her day, or one of these really hot celebrities that everybody's trying to get a picture of. This girl had some issues. She was on set in a movie overseas. She was on drugs, like a lot of celebrities are using drugs, and she killed somebody in a hit and run. And then they go back home and everybody's trying to find her. Nobody knows where she's at. So it's up to paparazzi to try to find her. And that's where Zazie Beetz, her role come in. Now, Zazie Beetz has a little bit of a history with finding people. I guess she's like the Catwoman of finding celebrities, because she found some other celebrity and she exploited him with a picture, and like a couple days later the guy like committed, ended his life. He's out of there. Now, she's kind of conflicted about being paparazzi after that situation, but she can't help herself because this new star that everybody's looking for, who's Maisie, is like, if you can find this girl and you can get a picture of her, you can make like $30,000, $40,000, right? They go there, they find this girl, and all hell breaks loose. It turns literally into the Thriller video. If you ever see Michael Jackson's Thriller video, that's basically what it turned into. I was a little disappointed by that too, but again, it's Black Mirror. Hey, I'm eating whatever they feed me, you feel me? So, hey, I loved it. Now to the final episode of Black Mirror, and it's the final episode. I was a little disappointed because I'm telling you why I'm disappointed. Because we only getting 5 episodes here. I think we waited like 3 years for the new Black Mirror season 6 to come out. We get it. It just feels like they're only giving you a little bit of a time at a time. But I was like, here we go. The final episode of season 6 was called Demon 79. Little strange for me. 1979 was the year that I was born, so I was thinking, this is based in the same year that I was born in northern England, right? Such a weird episode. I'm a little different. Like, when I watch something and I rate something, I look at the visuals, the cameras that they use, the cinema, the costumes, like all of that to me is what makes something great. Just not a storyline. A lot of people, they'll look at something and be like, storyline is trash, and it was a terrible movie. I get it. Or I just like really good storylines. So something can have a good storyline, and it could be a Tubi film or a Tubi movie, and I like to watch it. I just like to watch the storyline of things. So I'm not really a harsh critic. I think there's a little bit of beauty in everything, except some of those Tubi, some of that Tubi stuff is a little bit like, come on, like you could have went to Walmart and got a little bit better equipment before you made this movie with a flip phone or something. That's what it looked like, right? So look, the final the final episode of Black Mirror season 6 is called Demon 79. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I didn't know where it was going when it first started. I loved how it ended. I loved the beginning, the middle, and ending. There's actress named Ijana Basan. I think I'm saying her name right. She's a Middle Eastern woman. She's a great actress from what I saw, and hopefully we get to see her in more. As that episode first started, I couldn't tell if she was the main, because I think it started out in a department store, so I didn't know if she was the main actress or if somebody else was the main actress, but then it came out where she was the main actress. Demon 79, this can get really deep, and I'm not gonna go that deep here, I'll be honest. But this woman had a little bit of demon in her anyway, you could tell. And it came out eventually. Led by the devil is what happened. You ever see people that commit crimes? You know what's so weird about this episode is that there's so many people that will slaughter 30 people. And then when they get interrogated, and you ask them why you did that, they say the devil made me do it, right? That's what I'm getting here. This is what this whole episode is about. The devil made me do it. They actually should have named it The Devil Made Me Do It. Demon 79 is a cool name too. But basically this lady goes on a killing spree and the devil made her do it. There's a guy that plays the devil, and she has to murder 3 people. You know what's hilarious about this? I'm not even gonna tell a joke. Y'all know the Martin Lawrence joke where he says that he does not smoke weed with white people. And Martin Lawrence is one of the funniest jokes I ever heard. Nothing against white people, it's just comedy, right? And so Martin tells a joke and he says, I don't smoke weed with white people, because he starts smoking weed with white people and somebody will look at each other and somebody will start saying, you hear that? And then he said, what? You hear what? He said, this is telling me to kill 4 people. That's what this episode, Demon 79, is about. This chick has the devil that nobody can see but her, telling her that she needs to kill 3 people or the world is going to end. Literally. In a nuclear war, right? Great episode. Great. Damn good. Look, shout out to Charlie Brooker. Yo, you getting a lot of hate, my brother, but I loved every last one of these episodes, including Demon 79. It was shot with a 35mm vintage look. Man, everything about this episode was it looked like 1979. This shit looked like the same department stores that my mom used to walk me through when I was a toddler. And I would just be looking like, yo, when are we leaving? That's what Demon 79 looked like. Yo, if you're my age, you remember your mom used to take you to Macy's or a department store. That used to be the most boring shit of all time, right? Come on, let's keep it real. That's what Demon 79 looked like every time they went to the department store. 1979, 1980, 1981, 1982, all over again. I actually want to get a t-shirt of this girl in the department store. You know how fly that t-shirt would be? I'm giving out too many ideas right now. But I'm gonna think about that. That's fire. That would be fire. Anyway, love Demon 79. Love the ending. I love Black Mirror. I love season 6. It just ended too early. Come on, y'all can start giving us 8 episodes. We waited for 20 years. Y'all could have gave us 8, 9. Y'all had a whole lot of time to film these episodes. I get it, but come on. With that said, I loved Black Mirror season 6. It was a great season. I would recommend you watching it. If you haven't watched it, check it out. If you haven't never watched Black Mirror, check it out from season 1. Check out all the episodes and then take you out to season 6. You won't be disappointed. At least I don't think. In my opinion, I don't think that she's gonna be disappointed. I give it 7 out of 10. I'm not giving this the harsh reviews that I've seen people giving it. I loved it. I can't wait for season 7 to come out. I think I already heard about it coming out soon. And so, hey, I'm probably gonna watch some of these over, not all of them, but a few of them I'll probably watch again, you know? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, please, on my new page. I'm getting this thing going. Like I said, I'll be bringing you sports right now. It's kind of slow in the sports world, so I'm gonna bring you a few other different topics. And you know, we got the NFL and all that coming up. So meantime, check out my other videos, leave a comment, hit like. See you guys later.